I realize.
Welcome, everyone. This is Nat20Hot, a Dungeons and Dragons stream. We're a group of friends, some old, some new, but all of whom love to play Dungeons and Dragons together. Unsurprisingly, we are playing on a Tuesday night, not a Sunday night. Even the best groups have scheduling conflicts with D&D. We feel you. So I hope wherever you are tuning in from is wonderful and warm and in the comfort of friends as we are here today. Um, for those of you joining for the first time, we are streaming in honor of Extra Life, which is the foundation of America's Children's Hospitals. So please drop a donation at the link in the chat if you are so inclined. Every dollar goes a very long way in making sure that children get the care that they need. And with that, we are going to dive in with a little bit of a recap. So with that in mind, whoa, there we go. Um, Last time out, which was about 2 weeks ago, our heroes set off for Westwatch on orders from Elraei, the mysterious patron of Branwenn, one of our party members. This bred some intrigue and some suspicion within the party. But beyond all that, you all still hit the road and encountered some would-be foes, including former victims of Dunk, the bugbear barbarian, who were quick to draw swords against you, but ultimately felt compelled to have a quiet evening alongside traveling companions on the pretense that Dunk has turned straight. The detente, however, was short lived, as the certified nice guy Roderick the Magnificent attempted to woo Branwenn to distract her long enough to steal her bag and subsequently the things that are owed to Lyra in Westwatch. But a little intimidation and one zone of truth later, and the party were back on their way to Westwatch in the hopes of finding Lyra, while Roderick was left with his tail between his legs. So, entering the city of Westwatch, you all arrive. It's late afternoon, early evening. The streets are bustling with activity as people wrap up their day's work and begin to go home for the day. Um, the sounds of horses and carts are mixing with the chattering of vendors and selling their wares, and the air is filled with lots of interesting aromas and smells, including those of roasting meats and fresh bread, as the taverns begin to open for the evening crowd. The sun is starting to get low on the horizon. You can see these magnificent long shadows cascading across the city as that seems to rise up from the cliff faces that are built into this side of the bay. Everything is bathed in this very nice golden light. And you make your way through the city towards the central market square and find it bustling with activity. While some merchants are packing up for the evening, others are opening. There's produce for sale, fresh cut wildflowers from the exterior fields that you saw as you entered, and there's a great sound of chatter and laughter that fills with the occasional, neigh of a horse or clucking of a chicken that rambles through the square beneath your feet. And as the players, you all, make your way through the market, you can see that people are heading towards taverns and inns that line the street, and there's lots of different things that are happening around you. But as you start to go through the city, you're also very keenly aware of the fact that people are aware of your existence. There's the occasional worried glance from a passerby or a hushed whisper. And, it suggests that people are a little bit wary of strangers here, at least best you can tell. Um, what would you like to do?
Um, let's find Lyra. Let's just get on with it, I guess. We got places to go, people to see. Let's go. Let's go. Do I know where she is?
You have no idea where she is. A
Is
question
there
you neglected
an
to ask
address?
before you left.
Is there an
Not
address on the outside of the dossier?
not that
No
anybody asked,
address.
but I have been here to this town before, and I am aware of 2 tavern establishments where we may inquire as to the physical coordinates of your colleague.
She's a wizard, yes?
Yes.
When they're
You are
girls,
familiar
they're
with the fact that she
witches.
is a wizard.
Maybe where's the biggest magical messed up looking tower?
Roll a perception check.
You seem to have some stereotypes about
There's
wizards.
a lot of towers. This is architecture that I don't understand. This is foreign architecture to me.
Okay. Yeah. At the moment, there are spires. From just the general perception that you get of the city, it is a different architecture than you're used to and accustomed to. It is more built out of stone and carved into the cliff face, as opposed to some of the ramshackle wooden structures that you're more familiar with in Trowood and what you've seen in other towns on the continent. So it is, there's decent amount of spires and towers, and right now it just looks like a pretty standard market square at the current moment.
Yeah, I guess we could go to a tavern. We could get lunch. Get a little lunch.
Dinner, maybe.
I call it supper.
I have lunch past 3 p.m. usually.
All right. Well, there are two taverns that we could check out. We could check out both. The first is Beaumont's Rest. As I recall, it's a little bit of a upscale sort of establishment. And then there's the Cracked Flagon, which when I was here last, did have a fire going on, like the building burned down. But before that happened, I liked it a lot because it was, a little out of the ways, tucked behind. And
wait, so you gave us one legitimate place, one place that has since burned down.
Well, it burned down while I was here. My presence is unrelated to the burning of that establishment, but perhaps it has been rebuilt.
14.
Willem did not burn down the establishment. Nor was he related to the burning down of it.
I insight check Nolan.
Willem had nothing to do with the burning down of this thing.
That's not to say I wish I didn't have something to do with it. But actually, no, I like that place. It was very secluded. It had some lovely basement accommodations. There was a familiar mustiness about it.
You're not selling it anymore.
I like my places with familiar must.
Wait,
Must or musk?
So, Beaumont's Rest it is then?
I think it's...
What a cliffhanger.
Hold on.
He's thinking really hard. Oh no.
Check
what was that,
location
bud?
of a spell or magic item within 60 feet of you that isn't behind roll cover. I'm gonna open my senses to the magic.
Okay. You open your senses to magic, and you do get a sense that there is a good concentration of magic items on the opposite side of the market square. There is an interesting little kind of ornate shop front with a big glass bay window and a little kind of dangling like metal sign that kind of dangles above the door, which from this angle kind of resembles a dragon. But then as you look over in the direction that Dunk is pointing, Branwenn, you do see a crest, an elven crest that does bear some similarity to that of Elraei's.
Okay. All right. Let's go that way. Good job, Donk. That's a slam dunk for you.
I help.
You make your way across the market square and kind of push and shove through the many folks who are trying to peddle their wares towards you and just generally strike up a conversation, and then the many more who are very interested in having nothing to do with you whatsoever. And you arrive in front of the storefront that Dunk has pointed out. Next door to it is the door with the elven crest that you recognized, Branwenn. But then there is this very nice, pleasant-looking storefront. It's dark inside. There's like clearly lit by candlelight, and some of it trickles through from the front. But from what you can tell, just through the window, it's a very crowded store in things. There are wall-to-wall items, and seemingly every inch of usable space is accommodated for. Would you like to go into the shop, or would you like to go into
backpack behind? Go into the shop, or what was the other option?
Or to try the elven door?
Elven door. I'll do a little knock knock.
Yeah.
You do a little knock knock, and you hear a very polite, "Do come in," from the inside.
Well, all right. I do that.
I follow.
I will also
All
follow.
right. You enter a very quaint office, very diplomatic in style. And you're met by a few elves going about some quiet bookwork. There are two that kind of mingle in the back that are flanked by a number of bookshelves, while another sits in front of an ornate but rather small desk, almost like a desk that's only meant for one book, kind of scribbling away with a quill and ink. The main quarters are very well lit with natural light that highlights a lot of the polished wood floors and simple yet elegant furniture, and it's just right now flooded with this very gorgeous scarlet light from the setting sun. The walls are adorned with very tasteful artwork featuring scenes from the surrounding town and countryside. And each of the elves looks up and kind of like looks over their shoulder and greets you with a polite nod, not really giving you too much attention, and returning to their tasks. But the one at the desk, whose voice you recognize from the one who ushered you in, greets you and says, "Good evening. May I be of service to you?"
Do you know anyone named Lyra?
Ah, yes, Madame Lyra. I'm afraid she's not here right now, but this is her office.
Okay, what is this place?
Well, this is an envoy from the elves here in Westwatch. We're responsible for maintaining relationships with the humans and the other denizens of the city from our great society across the strait. And we support Madame Lyra with any initiatives that she may need in counseling the village chieftain, or general matter about town, and furthering our own education on society here in Yusan.
Cool, tight. Where can I find her?
Well, I'm afraid she's not here at the moment, as I said. I believe she left for an expedition into the Grey Ridge. Well, it was a matter of days ago at this point, but that's not unlike her.
Supposed to deliver some stuff from this guy named Elraei.
Ah, Lord Elraei, of course. We are quite familiar with him. What is your relationship to Lord Elraei?
I work for him.
Yeah.
You work for him?
Yes.
Oh, you work for him? Yes, of course. Well,
Wait.
if this is from Lord Elraei, I do recommend that you deliver it to her in person. Like I said, you're free to wait for her. We hope she would return in a matter of days. But it was 2 days ago we were supposed to see her last, unfortunately.
Any of you guys have, like a magical sending message spell that you could just give her a little ring and be like, "Hey, you've got people waiting for you. Come back."
I'm afraid that isn't exactly Madame Lyra's style. She doesn't like to be tied down to things.
Disappointing.
No, I get it.
So, I can gladly recommend a number of inns and taverns. However, like I said, she did venture off into the Grey Ridge. I believe she muttered something about doing something for Chief Bertram, but you would have to talk to them to understand, and I'm not sure he's quite forthright with information these days.
Chief who?
Chief Bertram.
Pardon me. You keep mentioning this Gray Ridge. What might that be exactly?
You're clearly not from around here, but it's the Grey Ridge Mountains. You see them just outside of town.
Understandable. Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Pardon my ignorance.
What's on those papers, guy?
Yeah, I guess.
He kind of gently closes the books and places his hands over them, and he goes, "That would be Madame Lyra's business."
Well, sure, but like, what's on them?
Madame Lyra's business.
I assumed so, but what is that?
Do all of you work for Lord Elraei, or is it just you, Miss?
It's literally just me.
And your name was?
Branwenn.
Yes, Miss Branwenn. Well, as I said, I'm more than happy to provide you with a list of taverns and inns you could stay at for the evening. Though you are more than welcome to try your luck in the Grey Ridge looking for her.
Cool. I'll take a list of here, I'll take an inn recommendation.
Sure, well, there's none finer than the Beaumont's Rest. It is one of the finest establishments here in Westwatch, run by Lady Beaumont, of course. I understand they've just updated with their new menu, so potentially a wonderful opportunity to grab some fine dining while you're in town.
So Lyra's business, like, I'm not allowed to gaze upon the magnificence of, I assume. It's real important.
Sir, if you were granted permission by Madame Lyra, I'd be more than happy to let you in on her affairs. However, as I said, I am not always familiar with her actions, and all she did let us know is that she would be going on to investigate something in the Grey Ridge Mountains. Per her, what she said, it was on an assignment or recommendation from Chief Bertram. And that is unfortunately all I can tell you.
Okie dokie.
Yes. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I think that's about it. If she manages to come back, can you tell her I have stuff from Elraei and that we're probably gonna be at Beaumont's Rest?
Yes, of course. Pardon me. I would be more than happy to inform Madame Lyra of this upon her arrival, if and when we see her.
Cool. Okay.
Enjoy your stay here in Westwatch.
Bye.
And he kind of opens up the book and starts scribbling away again.
Sort of sidle up to Randy, and I'm like, before we leave, should I tooth these guys?
I forgot what that means.
Oh, that's when I rip out one of my teeth, and if they're holding it, they can use it to send me a message as a method of communication, but otherwise I can use it to spy on them.
It's your tooth, your choice, bro.
I'm not gonna tooth them.
I poke my head back into the door. Come on, let's go. You're being weird.
I mean, I think he was being weird rather, but whatever.
I can still hear you.
All right, well, I'm not trying to keep it a secret. You're acting all sorts of strange, but we're heading out.
Have a fine evening.
Oh, bye, Evan.
Bye, Evan.
Rip. Rest in peace.
Hi, Evan.
He's back. Beautiful. All right, well, you all exit the diplomat's office and find yourself once again on the market square. What would you
I
like
wouldn't
to
say
do?
this often, but those guys were not very fun to be around.
That's just how those types are. That's completely normal. They were acting normal.
What do you mean by those types?
Are you talking about elves? That's pretty uncool.
No, like the
I mean,
the
you're one of
diplomatic-y. Yes, I definitely am. No, like
Wait.
the diplomatic-y types.
I sort of
Politicians.
I tug on
Portly.
Branwenn's shirt sleeve, and I get real close, and I'm whispering, and I'm like, Do you think everybody in town knows that they're Fae?
What?
Do you think everybody in town knows that those elves are Fae?
Why would they be Fae? I don't think they're Fae. What are you talking about?
Aren't all elves Fae unless I am under some sort of broad misunderstanding?
A nod toward misunderstanding. Yeah, you're completely incorrect, bud.
Was that a nod towards misunderstanding or a nod towards Willem? Can we do a little history
You are
DM
check?
insight
misunderstanding.
check.
You are
Yeah.
misunderstanding.
Check.
I am misunderstanding. All right.
You can roll a history check if you'd like.
Because
I'll
isn't
do it, 'cause
Elraei
why
an
not?
elf?
Elraei is an elf.
Yeah.
From what you understand of Yusan's history, every elf can chase their lineage back to the Feywild, but they've been on Yusan as long as they can remember, and so they don't actually have recollection of like actually being Fey.
Okay. My apologies. I was being a little bit racist.
Yeah. It was awkward for me.
Everyone's a
Well.
little bit racist.
Awkward for me too. So now here we are.
Alright, let's continue walking and pretend this never happened.
Dunk, that is
Where
a
would you
very
like to walk
catchy
to?
Song. You should sing it very loud as we run through the streets.
I will not.
Where would you like to go walking to?
Should we go to that one place? Beaumont's Rest? I mean, what's your name? You can lead the way since you've been there.
You speaking to me right now? Yep, I'd be Willem.
Willem, you will lead the way.
Intentionally lead the way to the Cracked Flagon.
Okay. All of you make your way through the market square, and do find that you seem to be walking towards the outskirts of town, almost back the direction that you came, or at least towards the palisades. And you are like quite aware that as you walk through Westwatch, the structure of the town is not similar at all to that of Trowood, where Trowood feels more planned out and streets going in very, they go east, west, north, and south. Westwatch loops, and there are nooks and crannies and many alleyways as you walk through, simply because of the natural architecture of the city. It seems to be carved into the very rock that it sits upon. And you get closer and closer to the external palisade on the western side of the city. And as you start to get closer, you find that the buildings are fewer and further apart. In fact, so much so that you get down the street and find that there is but one building left, a ramshackle shack with blackened wall, like kind of soot-stained walls on the exterior on the left-hand side, and a small wooden post sign that hangs over its door with a cracked ale mug kind of painted on. By this point, having walked through the city and arrived in front of the Cracked Flagon, the sun has gotten very low in the sky to the point where it's starting to set beneath the cliffs, and so much so that it is like starting to get pretty dark where you are.
Here we are.
A nice place.
Beaumont's Rest.
What?
Bertram's Last Stand.
I thought you were taking us to the nice place.
Yep. This is it.
Looks really
What?
nice, man.
Insight check.
It literally doesn't say Bertram's Rest on the
nice.
outside. Beaumont's Rest.
Hey, Dunk, why you doing an insight check? You can sight the
Willem?
in right there.
Roll deception.
Are you gaslighting him?
It's a good joke.
Thank you. 13.
Gunk left, but it is very clear that you are lying to the group. This is not the Beaumont's Rest, and the sign alone is enough to educate your party members that this is not Beaumont's Rest. Are you entering the tavern?
Oh, darn it. I'm so sorry, Miss Branwenn. Dumb old Willem must have taken you to the wrong tavern.
Are you just doing this because I forgot your name just now?
Yes.
I met you like a day ago.
And we have been on many adventures since then. We have
We've
killed.
been on
We've
like an
picked
adventure and a half.
mushrooms together. We've
I
killed
pick mushrooms with people all the
hybrid
time.
creatures together.
I've killed a
We-
bunch
We
of those
adopted
things.
a bear together.
We
Oh.
adopted a bear.
Oh shit, we did. Is
Yeah,
that
he's
still
been with
with
us this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I walk in.
RJ's still here.
RJ is still here.
Apologize
You
to RJ.
Sorry, RJ.
No, hold
Look,
on. I'm gonna. Yeah.
Donk, you were carrying him over your shoulders like a little yoke, so I thought he was part of your furs.
You push open the doors, Randy, to this rundown tavern, and you're immediately hit by this wall of just musty ale and smoke just filling your nostrils. The wooden floorboards creak beneath your feet as you enter this very dimly lit common room. There's incredibly low ceilings that give you the impression of being cramped, and you find yourself, being as tall as you are, having to stoop to avoid hitting your head. The walls are stained and the decor minimal, save for a few tattered and burned tapestries depicting battle scenes hanging haphazardly on the walls, not unlike a college first year's dorm room. The atmosphere in this tavern is tense, to say the least, as patrons sitting at the tables are clearly not the most savory characters you've ever come across. Some are playing cards, while others are engaged in heated arguments. Do I sound not good?
It was a bit of a
Understand
mess.
Ah, let's see.
It's understandable,
Is it still bad?
Barely, but yes.
but it takes effort.
Takes effort.
Let's see here.
I think you're fine now if you just want to
Yeah,
try
I think
to
you're good now.
Okay, I'll keep going.
I know there's unsavory characters playing cards, and it's
unsavory
like a
characters
college
playing
dorm room.
cards. Others are already in heated arguments. And you notice a group of particularly unsavory looking individuals huddled together in a corner, whispering amongst themselves. Despite
Now,
the
when you say
rundown,
unsavory, what does that mean exactly?
They're not sweet or sour.
not lots of eye patches, a lot of scars on faces, a lot of people looking over you over like cloaks and going. Things like
Why
that.
would, why would you think this is a good idea?
Maybe they
I'd
just
Why?
have anxiety.
I'd like to go to the bar and get a cup of liquor, like a large flagon of liquor, and then sit down next to these people who are whispering if there's a space for me. And I'd like to sit down in a very, like that kind of manner, you know?
Like a Skyrim character sitting
Like-
down.
Like a
Goliath
Skyrim
spreading.
character. Yeah.
Goliath
I'm definitely
spreading.
Goliath spreading. I'm making my
They're
presence
like,
So you head on over to the bar, and out of the corner of your eye, you do note there's a pretty charred looking area on the other side of the room where it appears a recent fire has been put out. And you get up to the bartender, and there's this kind of gruff looking man with a very thick, messy beard. Like you can see bits of crumbs of food, and some of it's like starting to stick together and mat in different places. And he just kind of greets you with a brief scowl, and he goes, "What'll it be?"
1 cup, big liquor.
Brief. I like it. He kind of takes a nondescript looking brown bottle, dumps a bunch of, again, nondescript brown liquid into this kind of mug, and it sloshes around. There's odd bits of foam, some bubbles, some white, some kind of not quite, and a color in between. And he places it down in front of you. And you pay and you head over to that table and kind of sit around. Are you saying anything as you get yourself situated?
Wally. I will. Yeah, I'll just sit down and take a big gulp
You don't say
and
anything.
just kind of listen in on their conversation. I just want to be a part of these guys.
Okay.
You just be included.
As you sit down, the conversation immediately ceases. And they kind of look over at you. There's 3 of them sitting at this table. You can tell there's an abandoned checkers game on the table in front of them. And they say, "Can we help you, mate?"
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm sitting here. Don't worry.
We're having a private
Talking,
conversation.
talking.
Well, I don't want to talk to you. You ever think of that?
You don't have to talk to me. Just talk like around me, and I'll listen.
Listening's the problem. I'll happily cut off your ear if you linger a bit longer.
I've just
Kinda
been
like
feeling a lot of
Reveals a little
people
bit of a blade.
Oh shit. I've just been feeling like a lot of people have been very I don't know, putting up a lot of walls around me lately. People have not been telling me what they are doing, and I'm finding that a little bit hurtful for someone. I don't know, I'm new to town. I want to feel out the area. I don't mean to get in any trouble, guys. Come on. Like, we don't have to talk about whatever you guys are talking about. We can talk about something else. How are you?
The gentleman who has been kind of hogging the conversation up until this point kind of like goes to say something when a gentleman next to him kind of has like a very narrow face and red eyes with kind of, or rather red hair and rather long red hair that kind of drapes behind him and looks rather matted and kind of like greasy to the touch. And he kind of goes, "No, let him stay. Let him stay. We're doing just fine. How are you doing?" What
To
are
be
you
honest,
point?
it's
Are you
been
pointing
kind
for the roll?
Yes.
He's a 5. Do I sound
What
better?
about the other guy? The first guy.
Is this the hotness roll?
Yeah.
The first guy's a 19. He's a very
Oh shit.
like big, burly looking, like barrel chested, swept back black hair, and he has like a very clean scar kind of going down his cheek.
Oh my god, he's so hot.
Before we resume with Randy, what are the rest of you doing?
I am very tired. I look at Willem. And I'm just gonna go, dude, I'm sorry I forgot.
What are your criteria for a good place to stay?
Not getting robbed. Or knifed in my sleep.
Chris, have I ever been robbed here?
You have not been robbed here.
I mean,
I want to be so funny if it was just like multiple times, yes.
Yes.
So I will say this with the disclosure that I've never really had much to rob, but I have never been robbed and or stabbed while I was staying here.
Are the beds comfortable at least? Is the floor clean in the bedrooms?
No, the floor's made of dirt.
Oh my god.
Willem, you would know that this establishment, the rooms, quote unquote, are as a shared bunk hall down the stairs, within which all beds are kind of laid out in a long row in the basement of this establishment.
Yeah, it's like a
Oh,
hostel.
come on, man. Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Why would you think this is a good idea?
I mean, I was mostly doing it to fuck with you, if we're gonna be blunt.
Oh my god.
We can turn
Is it
around.
late enough? I mean, I would really love to not get robbed and or stabbed.
Randy, the red-haired, greasy-haired individual is kind of staring at you, and he leans forward and goes, "How are you?"
Yeah, to be honest, man, I've been having a real kind of a roller coaster the last few days.
I'm sorry to hear that. Why don't you tell me all about it?
Of course. Well, I don't know. It all kind of happened. I think it was yesterday even that we fought a big old wolf thing in the other town. Don't remember the names. I was pretty fucked up at the time.
That was several, almost over a week ago.
I know.
Okay.
I think it was yesterday.
Just making sure that we're all on the same page. here.
Yes.
Randy thinks it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Mine was a flat circle.
Since then, I've just been kind of, wandering around with some pals of mine. They seem to really like me though, which is kind of a nice change of pace. I don't know. Do you have any pets?
Pets? No pets.
Oh, that's too bad, man. I've got a bear. His name's Randy
Bear.
Jr.
Is that? Oh, so Randy, is it? Randall? Can I call you Randall?
I never said my name was Randall. But yeah, you can call me Randall.
Well, your bear's named Randy Jr., isn't it?
Why would I name the bear after myself? That seems pretty narcissistic. I mean, I did, but...
The gentleman who originally was rather upset with your arrival kind of said, Syria, what are you doing talking to this fool? We've got things to discuss.
Oh my god, he's Carl Urban now.
It's a different person.
Mental.
I mean, I appreciate the conversation. Sometimes it's nice to, just talk to somebody. I don't know, maybe I could do a thing or two for you. I'm a large man.
Is Randy being flirted with?
Syria nods and goes, he is a large man. Perfect for taking on you-know-what. You want to bring him in on that? What's he gonna know about the old Marigold estate? He doesn't need to know nothing about no Marigold. He's just gotta be along for the ride. Ain't that right, Randy?
What's the marigold?
See what I mean? He don't even know Harvey Marigold. Owns
Oh, it's
that
a
big
person.
estate north of Trowood. It's getting up there. And when he kicks the bucket, the land's gonna be up for grabs.
Oh, is this a stealing mission?
Yeah. A stealing mission. You interested?
Mary sounds nice, and not gold.
Oh, hey, Dunk.
Both of them are kind of taken aback by yet another large being. This one of
He's
your
so stealthy
friends?
for how big he is.
Yeah, this is my boy Dunk. We've been traveling
You
together.
big fellas would go a long way in that job. Might as well bring them both along. Can you two
Wanna
keep a
do-
secret?
You want to do some stealing, Dunk?
I'd love to help. I help anytime.
That's what
Yeah,
we
sounds
like
like
to
we're in,
hear.
buddy.
Listen. Meet us north of Trowood. The Marigold Estate's about 5 miles north of the city wall. Be there by next Friday. Bring your muscles. And you'll get something from it.
All right, man. Yeah, sounds good. I mean, I really appreciate this. I don't usually get such a warm welcome from people.
No, we appreciate you. Yeah, we appreciate you. And your big friend. But listen, a little secret, all right? No need telling anyone, especially...
How many sleeps?
That's about 7 sleeps from now.
Yeah, sounds good, man.
We're gonna
I'll
enjoy.
bring some beers, eh?
Hey, that sounds great, Randy. Well, we're gonna enjoy our meal, so if you wouldn't mind giving us a little privacy. We'll see you around town.
I look a little disappointed. Like I really wanted to play some cards with them or something. I get up and go, oh, all right, man, yeah. I'll see you Friday, okay?
See you next week. As you kind of walk away, roll perception.
Hmm. 9.
It's kind of it's unbeknownst to you, but you can tell like they're both nodding at each other as you leave. Branwenn, Willem, how you doing?
They
Never
still are.
better.
20s. I got a 1. So,
You have no idea. You're just happy to be along for the ride.
yeah.
Nice place, right?
I'm just,
Are we
I'm just-
leaving? Or are we staying?
Fine.
What's the deal?
I mean, how is it getting late at this point?
It is indeed getting late.
Don't you only need to sleep for like 4 hours a night?
Yeah. No, we'll stay here, just so you could have your point proven or something. I don't know what your goal was.
Not a point,
Honestly.
just trying to screw with your expectations.
Oh, my expectations for the place that burned down actually are quite how they were to begin
They were
with.
met. That's good.
So yeah, no, I guess we'll stay here because it's probably we're out in the boonies. So yeah, I think the other place.
Will you be going to the bar, or are you just going to, kind of get a room or a bed for the evening?
I'll pay for my bed for the evening and then just sit at the bar, I guess.
You head over to the bar,
And I have
and you see...
the envelope of stuff like tucked into my shirt.
Cool. You head over to the bar, and you see kind of hastily written out on a stained piece of parchment the menu for the location, including walnut bread and curd cheese, stout, dried pork and biscuits, vegetable
Is this just a
stew,
place in Wisconsin?
porridge, vegetable stew, and boiled peas, as well as they have ale, cider, and stout, and then just liquor, it says.
Great.
Hey.
I guess. What?
The
Oh,
gentleman
hi.
behind the
Hey,
bar kind of
Rando.
looks at you and he goes, "You want a bed? That'll be
Sure.
2 silver for the evening."
Seriously?
No problem with that?
I mean, seems a bit pricey.
You're welcome to stay somewhere else.
Oh, I'm just commenting. Yeah, I'll get a bed and also an ale.
Fair enough. First one's on the house. And he kind of slides the mug over to you and takes 2 of your silver. What about the
Okay.
rest of you? I don't got time for loitering.
No, I'll sleep outside. I'm good.
Okay.
I'll also take a bed and an ale, please. And pardon my friend, she's
Yeah,
a bit highfalutin.
I don't need your damn pardons. Just need your coin.
Just trying to be polite, sir. And I slam.
Hey, Chris, roll for this guy.
across.
Ooh, nat 1. This
This
is
guy's
not a good
awesome.
looking
Oh.
fella.
I love this
Yeah.
dude.
He's like his half of his head's kind of shaven, but not intentionally, and his one eye is kind of going a little different directions.
Ooh.
Like, as you're talking to him, they'll start both, like, at you,
He's
but
not
it'll,
Elon
like,
Musk,
as
is
he's
he?
talking, it slowly drifts. And you're like, I don't
Yeah.
know what.
Yep.
I'm gonna order another pickup of liquor, and then I'm gonna sit at the bar.
All right. He charges you 2 copper for any additional drinks, and you're all kind of just sitting there milling about at the bar. Are you attempting to talk to anyone?
Hey,
nobody-
Randy, you weren't. Who were you talking to earlier?
Oh man, yeah. So those guys, I think one of them was named like Cicero or something. They're so cool. You should definitely go talk to them. They're really friendly. They don't have pets though, so don't ask them about their pets. They got really weird about that. I'm seeing him next
Um,
Friday. We're all hanging out.
What?
Me and Dunk,
What?
yeah, we're all hanging out. You guys should probably come. I don't think it'd be an issue.
What? Are you just gonna like go clubbing or go to bars or something? Are you doing a bar crawl with these
Oh
guys?
no! It's like
Kittens-
5 miles north.
Kittens say friends aren't allowed.
What?
Yeah, like somewhere at Marigold, something or other. It kind of seemed like a club, yeah, or party. I don't know.
Cool. All right.
Branwenn, feel free to roll a history check.
I feel like I would have disadvantage.
No.
Oh.
You've been in Trowood for a bit.
Well, that's a +0, but that's a 17.
Okay. You are very familiar with the name Marigold. You're not necessarily sure in this context if you're talking about the same thing, just given Randy's general lack of insight. But you are familiar with Marigold as a family name outside of Trowood. It is a long line, and it has owned a large plantation north of the city for generations. And you do know that a lot of the upper echelon of society in Trowood have been lobbying Thomas Blunt, the chieftain there, to kind of basically be named in the personal like city's will for it, as the land will transfer to the city.
All right. What kind of thing are you doing at the Marigold place, bud?
It's a stealing mission.
All right.
They seem like
Honestly,
they
I
really
don't know what I
wanted me and
expected.
Dunk there.
Okay.
And you're gonna
I'd
do
like
a
to help.
stealing mission?
I'd figure we show up. What's the harm?
I mean, do you feel like the gentlemen you've been associating with are particularly trustworthy?
Didn't seem like they lied to me.
Any anticipated potential for a double cross or a backstab?
I feel like a lot, honestly.
As all of you are sitting at the bar, a young woman with kind of copper-colored hair and like she has like a sling of vials kind of draped over her shoulder, kind of moseys up to the end of the bar and says, "Dane, you have our shipment. Need to get back tonight." Yeah, it's in the back. I'll get it for you. And he heads into the back, and she just kind of sits there and nods along quietly to herself.
I'm just eavesdropping.
Anybody want to ask?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that
Shipment.
dice roll?
Oh, sorry. Ooh, 18.
Oh
As
shit!
you stare at
You're
her
supposed to
even
call them
longer.
hotties and also naughties.
It's true. As you look at her and just continue to stare at her and kind of get the whole impression of her, she's like very long, kind of mix of red and copper hair, and very large eyes. She kind of like seems to have uncharacteristically large eyes for other folks that you have met, especially humans. She's wearing, kind of run down clothes, like torn and worn leather, and she has that sling of kind of small glass vials filled with many different things. And she even has like kind of a mix of leaves and twigs kind of poking out of her from different places, like in different crevices in her clothing and whatnot, like she's just come from the woods. And she kind of looks over and she's like, "Can I help you all? Paint a picture. It'll last longer."
Well, sorry, we were like in our group of 4, and then you just stepped like right in the middle.
You very loudly said
What is,
something about
what is her
expecting a
hotness?
shipment.
Well, yeah, we get some. This is a place where we get packages sometimes. If we don't have a home to go home to, like some rich folk like you. And at that moment, the bartender Dane, who you now know as Dane, kind of comes with like a large wooden crate, and he kind of drops it on the counter. And goes, "Sorry, not as big as last time, but you know what's happening out there. I It's the best you can do, and I appreciate it. Strange clientele. This time around, not used to seeing such fancy bottoms around. And she kind of looks at Willem and Branwenn. And she kind of takes a crate and says, well, be seeing you, Dane. Probably not for long. And she heads out.
Now listen,
I
I'm
see
aware
that.
that this sentence usually would not be taken in good. There's no real good implication for this sentence, but I want to
And
follow
you're
that
gonna
woman.
go ahead anyway, aren't you?
I want to
What?
follow that woman.
Oh god.
What did you say?
You know what? Go for it, bud.
I would like to follow that woman.
What
I
is her
thought she was unique
hotness? Do we
looking,
know?
and also
What?
she has a sketchy shipment.
What did you
Oh,
say, Dunk?
God.
What is her hotness?
18.
She was
She's
now.
an
18.
Oh, well.
That I'm following too.
Yeah.
Is anyone joining Willem in
Are
this
there
endeavor?
any hidey holes nearby? Yeah. Are there any little crevices or hidey holes that I can sneak
If
into?
you follow her out onto the street, it's, the night has essentially fallen at this point, and you can attempt to follow her through the city, and feel free to make a stealth check if you would like to do so stealthily.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right.
Branwenn is not going to
I will also
Okay.
stay at the
follow this
bar.
woman.
All right.
For
So
I am not a
Branwenn
sneaky
and
hold on.
Randy
I
are
have
staying behind the bar.
Yeah, my stealth check's a 5, by the way.
Okay.
You're gonna get stabbed. She's gonna stab you, and I'm not gonna do that.
Dunk, what was your stealth check?
Oh, hang on. So are there any little hidey holes that a small creature can fit in around?
It's a city,
Because,
so yeah, there's like some like dark alleys. There's roofs, and assorted barrels and carts and wagons kind of left on the side of the road.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna squeeze into a little barrel.
Like pretty big.
I mean, he didn't say he'd do it well.
No, I can do that. Bugbear. I have sneaky. You're proficient in the stealth skill. In addition, without squeezing, you can move through and stop in a space large enough for a small creature.
Are you like a
Bugbear's
cat where like
small.
it's all just hair? Do you have bones? Are
I
you
guess. I don't know.
Okay, I always thought bugbears were
Bugbears
big.
are sneaky. They can kind of. They are, but they
Alright,
have a
cool.
thing that lets them.
Yeah, they just
Then I will say
don't
that you
have
can roll
bones,
stealth with
basically.
advantage.
Hey, Bort, did you know that bugbears don't have bones?
Wait, really?
I guess.
I did not know this.
Okay.
Returns of the
That's a great
Coast.
bugbear
So
fact.
that.
Still a 10.
I mean,
Is
I just
10
learned that elves aren't fey.
Okay. You all make your way, Willem and Dunk make your way out of the tavern, and seemingly unnoticed, trail about 20, 25 feet behind this woman that you met, and you follow her as she meanders throughout the city. She's kind of got this crate slung over her shoulder, and after about 5 minutes of walking, you near the northern palisade of the city. And as you get to the edge of the wall, she kind of looks over her shoulder, and I'll have both of you, if you want to remain stealthy, make dexterity saving throws.
She rolled like a 2 on her perception.
She did. She rolled in that one.
Oh no.
13.
4.
There were at least
so
5 people in town that were like, those guys are definitely following that guy.
as she kind of whips around, she does not see Dunk leap behind one of the few remaining buildings before the palisade, but she does see you, Willem, kind of leap poorly behind a bush, and you hear very suddenly, like, as she's right above you now, kind of staring down at you on the ground. What are you doing following me like that? Can I help you?
Excuse me, ma'am. I was very taken by you, and I thought you may be in danger, and I wanted to.
She draws her knife. She goes, "You're one of those. One of those, huh? Following me, trying to bring me out here in the night."
No, I swear that those are not my intentions at all. I noticed all of the woodsy accoutrement in your hair and your clothing, and I thought you may be, in a rough sleeping situation, or perhaps in danger or on the run. And
Some of us don't entertain, living in the cities. Some of us like to be where we belong, where we started.
Am I not dressed like shit?
No, I mean, you're dressed like not great, but you don't look like you've been living in the woods. You have somewhat fine attire for your status in life. And she kind of, as she says, like, up there, she like gestures up towards the mountains.
I will have you know that I've done my share of rough sleeping, and I have lived the Usanian dream of working hard and, advancing my station in life, though I know that is not really a dream, but an illusion for most people.
I'm saying all the wrong things, friend.
Listen, I'm so sorry. We started off on the wrong foot. My name is Willem, and I am at your service, and I do a deep bow.
Service, roll persuasion.
I'm good
Dunk,
at this.
are you doing anything?
16.
She kind of like leans back and sheathes her blade and kind of adjusts the crate on her shoulder. Erica.
Sorry, what was that?
It's Erica.
Oh, Erica. Charmed to meet you, Miss Erica. Willem.
Yes, Willem who follows. The great follower. Is there a reason beyond offering your services that you wanted to follow me here tonight?
Well, candidly, I do find you very attractive, and was hoping to strike up a relationship. But also, I'm curious about that big box you're carrying around and the.
My affairs are none of your business.
Make an attack roll, please.
And I appreciate your affection, but
I never said affection.
belong to another.
I said attraction. Those are two different things, ma'am.
Oh.
Is your friend here with you? There are two of you. That's it. The hell are you two doing? Chasing a young woman through the streets at night. You're to be sick. Guards! Guards! And she kind of races off towards the palisade. And you do see her kind of like...
God, you never treat a real-life woman this way.
Yeah, Stephanie, that's a thing I do. Follow around women through the city.
Yeah.
And trip and offer my services to them and say phrases like, "Oh, I said I was attracted to you, not that I have affection for you." Yeah, that's me. That's my MO.
Before you lose sight of her, you do see she kind of pulls aside a couple of like smaller bits of logs that make up the palisade and kind of angles through them and off into the night.
Dexterously with this big box she was carrying?
It's nothing graceful, but she does get through the palisade.
Well, that could have gone better.
Within a few moments, you do start to see like the red fires of torchlight. And before we return to you all, Branwenn, what are you doing? And Randy?
I'm having my drink at the bar with Randy.
I'm having my drink at the bar with Branwenn, but I'd like to be talking to this barman. Dean? No, what's his name?
Dane.
You got a wife, Dane?
Oh,
No wife.
You ever loved
would you
before?
like what?
Do you
No.
like jazz?
Who are you? I've never seen you around here.
No, I'm new. I'm Randy. Just just a traveler. Gathering tales of love.
You one of those piss bards. Listen, I get enough of those types in here without you.
No, that's her.
Is-
I'm not a
You're
piss
one of those
hard,
bards.
sir.
You're gonna come and delight my clientele with tales of the Waltham Wood treasure.
I don't know that one, sir.
It sounds like it sounds like you want to tell us about the Waltham Wood treasure.
Are you maybe projecting a little?
You what?
I don't listen to them.
Oh.
Just hear
Okay.
that one thrown around a lot.
Do you
Can
want
I-
to hear? Is there music playing in this place, or is it just quiet?
It's just quiet.
I mean, do you want music here? I probably know some songs that you don't know.
We have no interest in your performance.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, I was just offering, but sure. You're a cheery guy. I know
Both
that.
of you make a perception check.
Huh? Oh shit!
7.
24.
Oh.
Branwenn, distantly, you hear in a brogue, "Guards! Guards!"
Oh, fucking Christ. Hey, Brandy,
Yeah.
2 things. 1, I think that girl figured out that Wilm was being creepy. And 2, I'm not gonna do anything about it.
Yeah, it kind of seems like it's
They had it coming.
brought upon themselves a little bit.
Yeah.
Look, to be
Hey.
honest, I just want to get shit faced and talk to people.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's
I
fine
can
with
help
me.
you with at least half of that. And he slides another nondescript brown liquid over the counter towards you.
Take it.
Hey, Dane. That one girl can, like, take care of herself, right?
Erica. Yeah, she's a tough nut.
Okay,
Been
cool.
coming in here for weeks.
She got a story, you're not telling her story for her.
I don't divulge the secrets of my clientele.
That's fine.
She comes in here, gets her packages, and leaves.
Cool.
Which means
You know,
I
a lot
like
of bartenders are super gossipy, but it seems like you're not one of those types, and it's kind of refreshing.
her.
Unless you are secretly a gossip, in which case, dish the dish, fish.
I know stories to tell. During this entire time, he has not moved. He just kind of stands there with his arms crossed, no affect, just prattles out phrases.
You have any
Willem
hobbies?
and Dunk, you see
no.
the encroaching torchlight, and some hushed tones of, "You hear that shout? I think it's over this way."
I turn to Dunk. Now listen, big fella. We have not done anything wrong, and as far as these guards are concerned, we just attempted to apprehend a criminal who was fleeing. So just so we have our story straight. Does that sound amenable?
That is the tale.
Unless you'd like to try to hide, which, like, I'm not opposed to. I'm just not very good at it.
I would like to hide.
Okay, well, I guess we're gonna try to hide.
All right, roll your stealth checks.
Nat 20.
Oh, man.
Dunk, you may
23.
continue to roll with advantage. Okay. You duck behind a nearby building, and the dunk, you end up inside of a barrel. But the torchlight grows ever closer, and they kind of like you see two guards, hands on the hilts of their sword, kind of swinging their torches in every which way direction, casting long shadows, and it kind of casts across your face, but you remain hidden throughout. Thought I heard them talking this way. You heard that woman shout, right? Sounded like Erica. Why would she be calling for the guards? Come on, let's keep looking. And they head off further down the street.
We should probably skedaddle.
Skedaddle indeed.
You make your way back to the tavern?
Correct.
All right. You make your way back to the tavern. And yeah, you arrive. You see your compatriots, Branwenn and Randy, still at the bar, talking with one another, drinking together. Anything else you all would like to do for the evening before you retire to your requisite sleeping arrangements?
I'm going to walk back up to the bar and order a cup of liquor.
Copper, did you catch her?
I did not.
For
Couldn't
the best.
find her.
It's a hard world out there. Not for the likes of you.
I'm just staring at him.
He's staring back.
Thane,
Is
what
he,
makes you
or is
happy?
one eye drifting off to the side?
One eye is drifting off to the side.
Yeah.
But
I thought
you get the impression that he's staring at you.
So
Well,
special way. Thane, what makes you happy?
Why customers?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's very nice. That's all I got.
You said quiet customers.
Oh, I thought you said my customers.
No, he said quiet customers.
Oh. Rip. I thought he just really enjoyed his job.
Last call. He
Oh,
shouts
no,
last
no,
call and starts
pass,
to kind of
hold
turn
on.
around and he starts, doling out a couple to regulars and whatnot as folks, including Sirio, who you met earlier, start to filter out. Sirio gives you a nice wink and a nod as he passes you, Randy. Goes, anyone that's not staying better be leaving.
All right, I'm gonna go sleep outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye,
I don't
Randy.
actually have any money, so bye.
Branwenn, so Randy and Dunk, you head outside and find a nice patch of grass to sleep on, I imagine.
Yeah.
Randy or Willem, what's that, Branwenn?
For our last job. Did we get paid for our last job?
You never went to get the money. I kept saying, y'all want to go see Thomas Blunt? And you never did. So
We'll
you
see
did
next
get
time we're
paid.
done.
Together.
Yeah. We'll turn that question. eventually.
Okay.
This is a very literal campaign. You want to get paid, you gotta go get that money.
Got it.
Right now it's got that little
Noted.
like tiny check mark on the map and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Um,
hanging
Call
out
a
there.
quest that always did
There's
there in
also
your
another check
inventory
mark like
for-
when one of the far corners that we didn't know that we were doing the quest for and we accidentally finished.
Branwenn and
Yeah,
Willem, you head down the stairs to a very dimly lit and possibly even shorter ceiling than you had upstairs, and find that the tavern is quiet this evening, with only a handful of other patrons taking a bed. So where there are 10 beds, only 3 are currently occupied. So you can grab one of the ones closest to you and tuck in for the evening.
I just sort of
I
remark.
have all of my valuables just shoved down my shirt.
I just sort of remark. Well, Miss Branwenn, you finally got your own bed. Don't have to sleep on the floor, and
I'm
Lord knows you're not going to cuddle with us.
No, I don't want to cuddle with you guys. Half of you smell like just kind of mud and a little bit of piss. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm sleeping
Dunk
on my own
and
bed.
Randy sleeping in mud and piss.
Sleeping in mud and piss
Sleeping in
outside.
mud, somebody's actively
I didn't
pissing on
say
them.
who smelled like mud and piss. I didn't say who smelled like mud and piss.
I mean, we're not there, so we don't hear you say that. But
Yeah.
Yep, I guess it's
Nice
about
save.
time we take a little snooze.
All right. You all begin a long rest.
I only do my 4-hour trance.
Okay. Are you doing anything at the conclusion of your 4-hour trance, or are you just staying down there?
I'll go upstairs and sit in the bar.
Okay. You find it empty. In fact, even Dane isn't there. It is just, an empty hall, and the fire has burned down to very low embers.
I'll
At about
stick another log in.
at about 2 in the morning, Randy and Dunk, given that you were outside, you are awakened rather abruptly by a blood-curdling scream that seems to echo from the mountains, like a. And as quickly as it began, it was over.
Hey, Dunk.
yeah,
Did you hear that? Did you hear that blood-curdling scream?
Does it sound like it was close?
It sounded like an echo.
well, yeah.
Like you can tell just based on how you heard it, it is not in the city.
Have you been around here before, Dunk? Do you know if there's sometimes blood-curdling screams? Is this normal?
Dreams are normal for me. I don't know.
Mm,
Hold on. You good?
Distantly, you hear like a, "You good, you good, you good," as it kind of echoes out, and you hear no response.
I get up. I'm gonna go see what that blood-curdling scream was. You can join if you want.
I'm gonna go get our friends first. So
That's
I guess if you want to go check out the screen.
yeah. I'll scout ahead, man.
Good job.
All right, Randy, you head toward the direction of where you believe the scream came from, but you quickly
I'm gonna
find
go
that you've just. Oops, sorry.
heading towards the tavern.
Okay. You head into the tavern, Randy. You end up kind of further out, but you quickly realize that there's no discernible source, and you've just kind of arrived at the northern palisade.
Can I utilize some of my tracking abilities to perhaps find a person around here who could be in danger?
Roll a nature check.
I got a nat 20.
Hey, you, using your expert tracking skills, can very clearly see footprints in the ground leading up towards the palisade, and some like shifting sticks in the wall itself that indicate that there's like clearly a hole here that you could take advantage of and squeeze through.
Yeah, I follow the steps.
Okay. You follow the steps through the hole in the palisade, kind of shifting about some of the logs, and you
I'm
find yourself
also
out.
sorry, I'm making it obvious like where I'm going, so then everybody else can follow me if they need to.
Okay. And you make it very well aware that this is, where you're leaving behind. And you find yourself on the other side of the palisade. And there are like some sparse trees here, but for the most part, you're greeted by like a starless night. But you're quickly like attuned to the darkness and see that this is really just the edge of the Grey Ridge Mountains that you've heard about. So it's the elevation is starting a bit of a steep incline, and you're clearly in its foothills. And as you kind of follow your eyes up above the horizon, you see like a large wall of rock ahead of you that slopes up into the mountains. But there is, some semblance of a trail.
I take out a little pufferino and I strike a match and I start smoking my pipe and I start heading up the mountain. Yeah.
All right, you start heading up the mountain. The rest of you, Branwenn and Willem, you are down, or rather, Branwenn, you are upstairs when your compatriot Dunk barges into the tavern and sees you there.
What's up, bud?
Y'all hear scream?
Did we?
No.
You did not.
Nope.
Me and Randy here. Randy, go see. Let's go.
What? Where?
That way. Let's go.
All right. I'll go wake up Willem.
Oh yeah,
I'm
is
good.
Willem in the same room?
Yep.
You are now.
No,
All right.
I thought he was
Sounds
sleeping.
cool.
He was, but he responded, so we'll assume he was awake.
Damn, you're so chipper.
all-
You just woke up. You were in a dead sleep.
Make your way through the city in the direction that Randy went, and do find kind of a gaping hole in the palisade that clearly indicates that this is where Randy has been. Do you follow?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Randy, make a perception check.
Nat 1, baby.
You're starting to find yourself getting a bit lost in the darkness, and you can't possibly look for the light. You're unsure of where you are. Things are starting to look very similar.
Fireflies here.
And you do hear not a scream, but more of like a distant, like beating noise, like
A beating noise?
yeah, like
Like a raven gently rapping.
I guess the question is, are you stopping or are you continuing to trudge forward?
I'll continue to trudge forward. I'll just kind of keep going the direction that I've been going.
Okay. The rest
Should
of the
we
group,
call
I will
for
have.
Randy?
Yeah, the rest of the group, I will have you make a nature check, or if you'd like to use an action to call out for your compatriot, that is also fine.
I'll do a nature check first.
What's my nature?
18.
Okay. You do see the very heavy footprints of your compatriot Randy, and you begin following it up the trail. It is still quite dark out. Does anyone not have dark vision?
I have dark vision.
I do.
I have superior dark vision.
Okay, I figured you all did.
I
So
don't have
since
dark
it's
vision.
incredible,
And I'm wearing
the one
glasses.
person who goes ahead. This group, the group that's not with Randy, you can get a good sense in the dark moonlight of the imposing nature of the Grey Ridge Mountains. They're quite rugged, and you can hear the as you crunch through the stony trail, a far cry from the forest that you have left behind. But despite its rugged nature, there is still the signs of significant growth. So there is the odd tree that kind of springs up from between the rocks, and a very dense underbrush that grows across the not so well trodden trail. Um, there are a number of sounds, distant, close. Otherwise, it's very hard to understand where they're coming from as noise kind of bounces off the sides, the faces of the mountains and back towards you. You hear like the occasional skittering of tiny feet, and the occasional of birds in the sky.
This
Are
is
we?
lovely.
Do we feel like?
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh no.
Getting closer to Randy? Oh, no,
If the
did I
question
say-
is, do you
or was
feel like
that
you're
me?
getting closer to Randy? After a little bit, as you quicken your pace, you do start to see a large being up ahead of you.
Randy! Randy!
Randy, roll a perception check.
11.
You do hear from behind you a soft Randy.
No. Hey guys.
Randy!
why'd you take off all up here on your own?
I figured it might have been urgent. Hey Dunk. Good to see you.
What?
Well,
Hi, friend.
What's going on?
what'd you hear? I heard something about a scream.
Yeah, we heard a scream. A blood-curdling scream.
All right.
And
Anything
when
else?
when I shouted, "Are you good?" I didn't get any response, and that's when I grew up. They told me that means that they are not good. The universal
Is there a
response.
chance
"They're
that
not
they
good."
didn't hear you?
I'm pretty loud. I was pretty loud, right, Dunk?
Yeah. I heard it.
Yeah. And if I heard them screaming, they could hear me yelling, I think.
I wonder if that was your elven contact, Branwenn, that we're supposed to be finding, or it could have been Miss Erica. Bless her heart.
Why would it be Miss Erica?
She took off in the general direction of this way.
We also heard her screaming earlier, and people can scream more than once.
This is very true.
Ow. I've never considered that.
Randy, you can make a history check to see if the scream sounded familiar to you.
Sure. A history check?
Yeah,
I got a nat 1.
it did not sound familiar at all. Dunk, you could also make a history check.
Oh. 3 histories. Oh, 13.
Not sure. Sounded a bit like Erica.
Oh. Oh no.
Little
Oh,
bit
this is
like
gonna make some
Erica.
kind of it's gonna make some kind of complex in Willem. I just know it.
I don't know about any of that.
All right.
Well,
But I do
Alright.
know that we should save her because that is a kind thing to do.
yeah, we're wasting time. I turn around and keep walking.
Are
Randy,
you
are you sure this is the right
following a
direction?
trail or
Did you
going any
find anything?
particular direction? Like,
Yeah, I'm,
how do we know
I'm
where-
following a trail. Don't
Randy,
worry,
while
guys.
you
I know
were
where I'm.
counting ahead.
I know where I'm going.
Insight check. I believe it.
Any
I
other,
track
all of
better
you
when
are
I'm
willing
high.
or capable of making an investigation check if you would like to.
I trust Randy.
Yeah, I trust him. Does he know anything? though?
He knows
Did
where
you
he's
did you find
going.
Anything while you were out here?
What?
I got it. 9.
Dunk asked if you found anything while you were out here.
Yeah, I
Did
found
you
a bunch of
anything while you were out here?
a bunch of footsteps. They all kind of went in this direction. So I've just been kind of following this
Cool.
path. There's a weird like beeping sound coming from over here too. So, you know, if anything, maybe there's some kind of cool like little ritual that she's being a part of. I don't know why that she would scream because it doesn't matter. Come on, let's go.
Now you said
Go
the
to-
scream. Was it
go.
like a scared scream or was it like a yeah kind of scream?
It was blood curdling.
Or was it like a stop it?
We get it, guys. It was
It was
blood
not a
curdling.
sex
I'll use a
scene.
different word next time.
I'm not trying to make fun of you. No.
Fear
I was thinking
inducing
it.
or like when your blood gets curdled because you're so excited about something.
I assume blood curdling meant bad.
Okay, fair enough.
Scary. It sounded scared.
I just like the word. I was not trying to make fun.
I know.
I was trying to help it.
Randy, make an investigation check.
Ten.
You note that the trail stops abruptly where you stand. You've made your way about 3/4 of the way up this particular trailhead. Like you see a peak in the distance, kind of growing ever closer. But the footsteps on the ground have ceased.
Shit, y'all. Trail ends here.
What do you mean? Like
No
they just
more.
vanish?
Yeah, seems like it. Maybe they got picked up by a bird.
I look up.
You see the sky.
That can't be right.
Oh, could I do an investigation check or a check where the trail has stopped?
Any like Christmas garland?
Now, Randy, not that I don't trust you, I just want to have myself a little look here, and that's going to be 11.
You're just kind of, you note that there's no footprints beyond this point. And yeah, there doesn't really appear to be any signs of a struggle that you can tell. They just seem to stop here.
Any
Can I?
mysterious branches that look like they might be levers?
Not in this immediate vicinity.
Goo in the trees?
No
Can I
goo in the
guess?
trees.
Detect magic.
Sure.
Yeah, I gotta go.
She wasn't the ritualed?
There is no detectable magic here in this immediate vicinity.
Can I touch one of the stones and cast light just to get a better view?
Yeah, totally. You cast light on a rock, and that's 60 feet range, right?
20-foot radius.
Okay.
And dim light for another 20 feet.
Okay. So very suddenly
40 foot
the world around you becomes very much illuminated, and you start to really see like the cracked and rugged terrain that you find yourselves on. And in the dim circle of light that kind of extends beyond the immediate trail that you're on, you see very clearly the faint outline of a wooden crate that seems to be kind of tossed ramshackled against the ground.
Miss Erica's crate. I immediately go over to it and open it up.
Okay. You don't really have to open it. It is shattered against the earth, and its contents are
What's in
kind
the
of strewn
tray?
about very hastily. And within, the contents that have kind of scattered out from outside the confines of the box are a lot of different like foodstuffs, jarred foods, and supplies, kind of like general rations and things. But there are a few like jars with parchment inside of them.
Oh my god, she's been taken by a bird.
I would like
I would
to
like to eat one of the jars.
examine one of the parchment jars. Yeah.
Opening up any one of the jars that look like provisions yields provisions, and you feel nice and fulfilled with a good breakfast in this very early morning. Looking upon further inspection at the jarred parchments, you do see like little tiny scribbles written in them, and they do resemble the jars that provisions are in. Like they are made to look like provisions, but close inspection reveals that they are. Um, pieces of paper, and there are broken ones scattered throughout from the crate.
I'm gonna find a broken one and read the parchment.
Okay. You pull a piece of parchment off of the ground, and it says 5 miles northeast, big log.
Are we in a northeasterly direction from town?
You're not.
Oh.
You went further west of Westwatch.
What's west of Westwatch?
Wester Watch.
Westwatch. Westerwatch.
Drum
Show it to the group.
noise or beating noise? Okay.
You do not hear the beating noise anymore, but you can feel free to make a perception check.
I will do that.
Can I do that as well?
Yes. And as you all do that, let's take a quick break.
30-20.
Sounds good. Oh shit.
I will tell you what you saw when we come back.
Oh my god, Randy's here.
I'm Randy.
Welcome back to Nat20Hot, a Dungeons & Dragons stream. And if it sounds like I just repeated myself, it's because I was muted the first time around. We are in the mountains at night, and we are chasing the blood-curdling scream of an unseen stranger. We have found their broken crate that they had been carrying earlier, and we reason to guess that this is Miss Erica, who our adventurers met in the Cracked Flagon earlier this evening and not so creepily stalked to the edge of town.
It was creepy. Ooh.
Branwenn has rolled a perception check and rolled a dirty 20, and is able to perceive that further up a ways, you see in the now dim light coupled with your dark vision, a small tower, a trickling tower of smoke from around the bend toward the peak of the summit that you currently stand on. And you can smell kind of distantly the odors of a campfire.
I'm just gonna point up that way. Sneaky time. Okay.
Yeah, great.
You're going to
creeping
sneak up there. Okay,
Yep, I'm just
roll
gonna
a stealth
start
check.
creeping up.
I'm walking normally.
I basically am as well.
Okay. Well, you all very loudly arrive at the summit, or at least close to the summit, where you find an abandoned campfire. And this is about a 5-10 minute walk from where you were just now, having discovered the broken crate. And you just find a cooled but not quite entirely out campfire. There's still some trickling embers, and a column of smoke. Column of smoke that is rising up into the air, very lightly. What would you like to do?
Can we pick up a trail from here?
Roll an investigation check.
That's a 9 from me.
Would anyone else like to make an investigation check?
I'll do that.
Mine is 7.
Got a nat 1.
It's gonna be 17 for me.
Well done. You are able, upon close inspection of the campsite, or ramshackle campsite, note a cloak kind of deposited by a fallen log that was clearly being used as a seat, and what appears to be 3 sets of tracks going off into the woods and further into the mountain range. So like the range starts to kind of slope further down into more of the like a rugged terrain, and you see 2 sets of walking footprints and seemingly something being dragged through the dirt.
That's not great. I relay this information to my compatriots.
Well, should we follow the trail?
Yeah, I think if we kind of just approach and explain who we are, I'm sure that they will be reasonable folk.
Yeah. Rob.
You know, it's an idea, and when we get to the situation, we'll reassess.
I think that's fair. I guess we don't have enough information right now. It's a good point, Branwenn.
Are you doing anything
follow?
else at the campsite before moving on and following the trail?
I'll look around, see if there's anything cool, interesting, important.
There was an abandoned cloak by the fallen log.
Shake it out.
Shaking out the cloak reveals a small satchel underneath said cloak. And the cloak, as you kind of shake it, as you inspect it more closely, is monogrammed LF.
Oh, okay. I open the satchel.
Opening the satchel reveals more provisions, as well as a small leather-bound notebook, and an herbalist's kit.
Notebook.
As you thumb through the pages, it becomes very clear that this is Lyra's notebook as she authors her entries throughout it. Is there a particular thing you're looking for?
I'll flip to the last pages.
Okay. Flipping to the last pages reveals that the information that was provided to you by the diplomat's clerk earlier today is accurate. She had accepted a mission or a task rather, from Chief Bertram to venture into the woods to inspect some, disappearing animals and livestock that have been afflicting the town as of late, and that he suspects that some of the she describes them as the others, but from what you can ascertain, they mean just people who don't live in Westwatch. So still people, but not like Westwatch residents. And the Chief Bertram suspects that they are stealing from the town once again. Quote. She does say, however, that she's decided to extend her time out here, given some strange fauna that she has seen.
Three things. Number one, any signs of a struggle?
Roll an investigation check.
10.
You're looking quite closely, and yes, you get the sense that there was a scuffle here. 3 sets of tracks become 2 and something being dragged.
Second question, is this campsite set up for 1 person or 3 people?
1 person.
All right. And then is there... What was it? Shit. Is there a holly branch here?
Not in any inspection, no.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
I think she was attacked and dragged off. Let's...
Not great.
All right, so you're going to follow the trail?
Yes.
All right. You follow the trail about 20 minutes or so, and you know that the terrain is getting increasingly more difficult to navigate. So I'll have each of you make acrobatics checks.
I'm not so good at that one. That's gonna be a 7.
I got an 8.
21.
This should be a 15.
So as the 4 of you make your way following the trail, you note that the mountain begins to slope downward, and you're heading kind of into a crevasse between several peaks of the Grey Ridge Mountains, where things are starting to get a little bit denser. The underbrush is thicker, and trees are starting to pop up in this kind of large gap or canyon between 2 of the peaks. But you are on a pretty significant incline as you make your way down this trail. For those of you that failed, I will have you each take 3 bludgeoning damage as you kind of turn your ankles and slip and tumble down the trail, and you hear there's rocks tumble down behind you in the darkness, and you start to kind of reassess your footing and then make your way further down the trail. What order are you all walking in?
I will be in front.
I'll be behind Donk in front.
I'll be in the middle.
Okay. And Randy brings up the rear.
Yeah, he does.
As you make your way down the incline, you do start to feel things even out, and the slope is kind of starting to tamper off a bit. You've been walking since leaving the town for about an hour now, maybe an hour and a half, based on what you can tell and where the moon is in the sky, and you're getting the sense that it is getting closer and closer to dawn, but it is still quite dark. But Dunk leading the way with his dark vision, you can start to see a construct appearing in the distance. It almost appears to be a much more ramshackle version of the palisade that surrounds Westwatch. It appears to be more hastily put together, but even taller given the length, the height of the old growth forest that you find yourself in.
Wow, this is interesting little construction here. Can the rest of them see it, or is it just me?
Yeah, as you start to get closer, you can all see it, and you find yourself about 60 feet away from this kind of wooden palisade. The trees have gotten a lot denser here, and you see not much around you, especially in the darkness and the moonlight kind of trickling in from the leaves overhead. But you do see the extent of the wall ahead of you that seems to wrap between the trees, as well as some of the smaller foothills and cliffs that kind of jut out from the larger mountains that surround you.
Does there seem to be any people around?
Make a perception check.
Natural one, baby.
Doesn't appear so. Everything seems nice and quiet.
Is there
Let's
like
go
a way
check
in?
it out. And I'm gonna start lumbering towards it.
Wait, maybe we should be
Oh,
stealthy.
wait. I guess you're dead.
Oh.
Dunk is walking forward,
He's not
and Dunk, I will have you make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, shit. 12.
Okay. Taking a large step in front of you, you find the underbrush and thick pile of leaves that you step upon has very little foundation, and you fall through in a crumpled heap.
Try to catch him.
You can make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage, as he has moved ahead of you at this point.
Both my rolls were so bad. 7.
Okay, you unfortunately reach out and grasp only at air as you watch your friend Dunk kind of fall through and then hear a boom as you have fallen into a deep pit with sharpened stakes. And I will have you, Dunk, take 5 piercing damage.
Not the pungy pit.
Hey, but
Yes.
like, what if we left him in there and the person that comes out to check out what fell in the hole is a very lonely man living in a tiny little utopia, and slowly they fall in love and grow strawberries?
They might
Should
end
I
up
give
loving
it
each
right?
other for a long time.
It's a reference.
Yeah.
Yes.
You said 5 damage, right?
Yes, 5 damage.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Ouch.
What are the rest of you doing?
Can I try to, like, see if I can help him up, get out of the pit?
Uppies.
It is.
Uppies.
It's about 30 feet down. Not 30, 20 feet down. So it is something that you would need something to hoist him out of. And unless you are any of you attempting to be stealthy at this point,
I'm staying.
or are you
put.
shouting uppies?
I would be. I would be trying to be
shouting up.
stealthy, and I'm like doing the whole thing.
Uh,
Stop yelling! Stop it! But also like
You do
lowering the
hear
rope down.
suddenly whispers coming from behind the other side of the palisade. Hey, I have to get back. I hear something.
I shut up and just flatten down on the ground. And just hold up a finger to
Willem, Randy, what are you doing?
Yep, doing the same, dropping and hushing.
Staying the fuck put.
And I'm
Are
lowering.
you standing?
No,
Have
I am also getting down
Okay.
low. I'm seeing sneaky.
Okay.
I have the rope lowered down into the.
I can't disguise myself as a tree, right?
Let me check.
No, I think you can only disguise self as a different self.
I think that's accurate.
Can I actually go back on what I said? And I am going to just kind of walk towards the sound of
You're gonna walk toward the sound.
Yes.
Okay. So as you walk closer towards the palisade, you see a swinging, like, kind of rickety gate kind of open up in the palisade, kind of cut out, and a torchlight kind of extends out and immediately illuminates your face. And it's held by, 1 second. It's held by kind of this bearded man. He's got some tattoos going in his, like, very odd shaped tattoos in his cheeks that kind of extend into his beard, and he's wearing a leather cap and kind of blue robes, but then there's like this very tight leather chest piece over it, like definitely too tight for him. And he's kind of holding his torch. He goes, "Who was there? What are you doing here, man? What are you doing here?" He's clearly trying to steady himself and like make himself sound tougher, even to the like with no perception whatsoever. You can tell.
I'm Randy.
It's the guy. One guy. Were you expecting someone?
Sorry.
What are you doing here, Randy?
I don't mean to, interrupt or wake you guys up or anything. I know it's early in the morning. You seem to have injured and captured, perhaps, my friend who's fallen down your hole. That was mighty unkind of you.
Wait, someone fell in the trap? How many are out there? There's a bunch of us in here. We're not afraid to kill you.
No, we're not afraid. Look, it's just me and Dunk. We just want to get out of here, man. You guys, it's just been a little...
Roll deception.
Okay, yeah. Whoops. 12.
Either speak the truth, or we'll end you where you stand. We've got archers in the trees.
All right.
Can I begin to stealthily army crawl through the bushes towards this guy?
You can, and actually, if you give just a moment here.
Oh, we got a map?
Uh
Nope, we got a pack.
beans.
Oh, nope, there it is. Owlbear Rodeo.
Yeah. Oh.
I need to enter a password. Did you
What's
put
the
that in chat?
password?
I also put it in the chat.
Oh, he sure did. This is so all of you watching us on stream can't get in here. Chris, I'm entering the password and it's not allowing me in.
Do it without the capital letter.
That worked.
That'll do it.
Yeah. She.
I've
where
kind
are
of
we?
assembled you all appropriately based on where you are.
Okay.
Someday I'll be able to see it.
All right. I'll...
So, first I'll have Willem make a stealth check.
15.
Okay, 1 second. Okay. As you begin your stealthy army crawl, the man in the in the gateway kind of waves his torch, and the streaming orange light kind of casts across your face. And he goes, "There's more of them. There's one in the pit, and there's one trying to call Tortoise. Get everybody up, now."
All right. All right. So I may have given you an untruth. There are, in fact, 4 of us, but I promise you, we mean no harm. We'd rather, this go just smoothly between everybody. We just want to maybe, have you picked up one of our other friends? Maybe kidnapped is the word that most would use.
His eyes get like very narrow. You're friends with the witch.
The witch?
I knew it. I knew it. And he kind of slams the gate shut. He says, "Archers, get ready!" I'll have you all roll initiative.
I thought that would go a little bit better. Not that much better, but a little bit.
Well,
11.
I don't know. It's looking pretty bad. I'm in a pit.
Oh yeah, that's right. You still haven't gotten your uppies.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I haven't gotten my uppies. Thank you very much.
I got a 13.
I got a 12.
13 for me as well.
Okay, hold on.
Uppies.
Randy, what did you get?
12.
Dunk, what did you get? You got a 13?
13.
And Branwenn?
13.
14 or 13?
13.
Okay, and what's your dex?
I got a +3.
And Dunk, what's your dexterity?
Oh, sorry. 16.
Okay.
It's also 16. Rollies!
Yeah, rollies. All right,
Roll.
both of you roll a
Wait, are we
d20.
rolling a d20?
Yeah.
Yes. I got a 15.
4. You win.
All right, Branwenn then. Okay. So, Randy, standing in the doorway, you can see clearly through this very poorly carved out gateway that's really just a kind of a ramshackle tied together bit of string, sticks, twigs, and string that they've kind of propped up into a hole in their palisade. And you can also see through the slit a gentleman with white hair aiming a light crossbow directly at you. And he's going to attempt to fire at you through the gateway with disadvantage. And I presume you are not hit by a 10.
I am not.
Okay. In that case, it will be another individual's turn. And they are going to aim for the army crawling Willem. And Willem, you hear a... and are you hit by a 16?
No.
Oh, okay. So you hear a... And it kind of lands right by your ears. You kind of army crawl through the dirt, and you look up, and you can see beyond the palisade there is actually this very large tree. That seems to be situated in the middle of the compound, and there's a guy up there kind of aiming down at you with a crossbow. And that brings us to Branwenn's turn.
I will use my action to haul Dunk out of this hole.
Uppies.
Okay. Make a strength saving throw.
Uppies. Oh man, I just closed out my document for no reason. Okay. Oh, I don't get anything good for this. 17. That's with a
Does
plus
my
0.
strength help at all?
Oh,
Yeah. No, Branwenn is able to lift you up with relative ease, demonstrating incredible strength for an
it's not
Eladrin her
ease.
size.
It's not ease at all. It's very
Yes.
hard.
She's actually sweating quite a bit. There's kind of beads of sweat dripping down her forehead as she manages to heave you up
Why
and
are
then
you
falls
so
back.
big?
Miraculous heap. Are you doing anything else with your turn? Bonus action, movement, etc.?
I think that's all I can do.
Okay.
Actually,
next up, it is. Oh,
Yeah, no. You're good. Keep going.
next up, it is Branwenn's turn. Sorry, Dunk's turn.
Okay. Let's see. Who is the nearest person to me? This
There
guy
is a
at the
person
door?
on the other side of the gateway, so you can try to barge through the gate if you would like to.
Let's see. 30,
You can spend your
50,
movement getting up there.
Yeah, 5, 10. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna run at him. I am gonna rage. And when I do that, to which one's my D8? This one. A bolt of light will shoot out from my chest. And that guy at the gate must succeed on a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Which is 8 plus 2 plus so 10 plus so yes, succeed on 13.
He fails.
Okay. He takes 1d6 radiant damage and is
Alright.
blinded until the start of my next turn. 1 damage. Okay. And he's blinded.
Okay. Fantastic. So he kind of cries out, "Ah!" and his hands recoil to his eyes. He's like, "I can't see. I can't see. I can't see." And it is now Willem's turn.
Is rage is bonus action though, right?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. So you can actually take an act. You can. So if you barge through the
so I
gate, I
can
will have you
smack him.
make a strength check to barge through the gate, and you can do so with advantage since you are raging.
15?
Okay, yeah, you very easily kind of poof, crack, and you hear like the crunching of twigs and branches as you charge through this gate and are kind of face to face with the individual that you just blinded with your light.
Smack him. Let me give him a good old
Alright.
whacking. So I get, let's see. Does a 16 hit?
It does.
Right. Yeah. 12 damage.
You barge through this gate and bring your great axe swinging down and drop it just above this individual in front of you with the leather cap, and you end up cleaving him in half as his body seems to split in two different directions and slumps to the floor. Blood splatters in every direction, and you're met very quickly with the astonished faces of three other individuals, the individual in the tree and two beyond it. You're also immediately made aware of another presence who appears to be a figure dangling from the tree, upside down and encased entirely in chains. And you note that it's kind of like she has very long blonde hair that's completely on end as she kind of swings back and forth upside down in the tree. Yeah, that's your turn. it is now Willem's turn.
I am going to get up, which I think will probably take half my action or my movement. And then
You're
I'm gonna
moving,
move
yes.
1, 2. There's a guy.
Each square is 5 feet.
Yep. So I think I'm just gonna move right here because I think that's the extent that I can move. And I will swing at. Can I swing at the guy in the tree with a cantrip that has a range of 10 feet?
Yes, you can reach the guy in the tree with it.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I gotta look it up. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yep.
You can note as you now make your way into the entryway that the 3 individuals not chained in a tree look horrified at seeing their companion split in half.
Justifiably so.
I mean, I would.
Both of them need to make a dexterity check.
The
both
guy
of
in
them
the tree?
includes you as well, Dunk. I'm so sorry. Both of them is guy in a
The
tree.
individual in the tree fails.
Okay. Take 6 force damage.
Okay.
I use sword burst on you.
Yunk, you must also make a dexterity saving throw.
Is he there?
I forgot it was muted. 10. Sorry, 10.
You fail. Chris, do you want me to roll a separate damage dice for that?
No, he'll also take 6 force damage.
Sorry, buddy.
All right, 1 second. All right. The 2 individuals in the back kind of hold up their hands. They immediately drop swords, and one's holding an axe. They just throw them to the ground, and they call up and they go, "Glenn, drop your crossbow. This ain't worth dying tonight. We might be able to help them, or they might be able to help us." And Glenn kind of similarly just drops down from the tree, kind of holding his shoulder where your sword burst struck him. Aye. You folks drive a tough beat. Brain was the strongest of us.
What are you
I
doing
walk
here?
up.
Sorry, Branwenn, go ahead.
Can I walk in and see this lady in chains and go to get her down?
Is it Erica?
Oh!
It is not Erica. You attempt to go to the chained woman.
Mm-hmm.
As you attempt to step past Glenn, the individual in front of you, he holds up his hand. He takes it off. Please, don't mess with her.
Why not?
We understand you might have a relationship with her, but you don't know what she is.
What is she?
She's a witch.
Okay,
Brought
cool.
that foul beast upon us. It's coming back tonight. I just feel it. I just feel it.
I don't think she did.
From the background, you just hear, "It's true, I didn't." And he's just quiet. We'll put the gag back in if we have to.
You, Lyra? Is that you?
Oh, hi. Pleasure to meet you. Yes, I
Oh,
am
hey.
Lyra.
Elraei sent me.
We spared you for now, but please stop talking to her.
You've spared us. We've spared you for now.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the voice in the back. I go, "They're right, Glenn. Let him kill us now and get it over with. Better than being taken
Hey.
by that thing."
Yeah.
You happen to find any holly on the ground around this beast?
The beast comes at night, flies in when we're not. takes us from our homes.
They're being
There's no
taken by
choice.
birds.
You mind explaining just what the actual hell is going on here?
Not here. Come inside.
I
Can we
knew it.
bring her in with us?
She stays to that tree.
Okay, wait, okay. I pull out her notebook and I just flip through to the end. You'll have to set the campfire. This is her notebook. She literally details that she was sent to investigate strange beasts and stuff. She's trying to help you. You idiot.
The woman has kind of like approached from beyond the tree, and like through these individuals, you just see like Lyra kind of spinning, like she's just. And like as she comes back around, she just gives like a soft smile. Like she's very little concerned, just based on what's happening around her.
Like in Thor.
Like in Thor, it is like in the movie
I
Thor.
was thinking
Oh,
Obi-Wan in episode 2 when he's in that like
Oh,
little
yeah.
prison
Oh
thing.
yes, that's a good
and
one.
Just like
That's a good reference.
yeah.
See,
The
this is
woman kind of
literally hers.
hastily takes the book from you and is reading through it. She goes, well, if she didn't bring it here, who do you think did?
That's what
These mountains have
actually
always been home to
I was sent to talk to
sorcerers
her
and-
about and figure out where weird creatures are coming from. So like I need her, and then we'll figure out where all these things are coming from.
I'm just mumbling to myself. I knew it was a bird. I knew it was a bird, man. I knew it.
It's not a bird. You hear Lyra from the background. It's definitely not from around here. I need to differentiate her a bit more from that other one you guys talked to.
Oh God. Who's it?
Hey, Lyra, Holly Branch,
What about them?
found where a creature spawned. Thoughts?
I haven't found anything like that. To be honest,
Hmm.
I just heard this creature and decided to further my investigation. That's when these nice folks found me. I don't blame them for their fears. Obviously, I understand that the Grey Ridge Mountains has a long legacy of sorcerers and wizards and witches and such. These people have been living with it for their entire lives. Nothing like
Now, can
this
I
has
let
ever
her
come
down
here.
now?
Fine.
Now, Glenn, was it?
Yes,
What-
Glenn.
what-
He calls back over his shoulder. Baskin, cut her down.
Glenn?
Leave her in chains, but cut her down from the trees.
What is it
Um,
that you exactly are doing here in this establishment? I know you're, looking for a monster. You've tied up a woman who you're
Looking for it.
bitch.
We're hiding
or
from it.
hiding from
This
it.
is our home. My family has lived here for 10 generations. This
Oh.
land is our land. People like her bring those menaces upon us. You from Westwatch, here to rout us out from stealing your livestock and your crops again, huh? It's not
I
us.
truly don't care if you do that or not.
Nah, like our buddy Dunk actually used to do some of that stuff. I've stolen bread before.
I'm doing a stealing mission on Friday.
I was hungry. And yeah. Is that 1, 2, 5 nights? Yeah?
Listen, I don't want to be out here any longer than we have to. Kind of looks up at the skies. Let's get inside. And he pulls, kind of ushers you into the longhouse. And as you kind of take a closer look at the settlement that you find yourselves in, it is, it's pretty haphazard, but it gives off the sense that it's been here for a very long time. Smoke is rising from some of the chimneys. There is, very crisp air here, and there is like a fair number of cabins. You see 3 large buildings and then a couple of like small huts that make up the exterior around the palisade. It does appear to be relatively well organized, and the wall has clearly stood here for some time. you get the sense that they're not lying. They've been here and living here for some time. And as they usher you into the longhouse, you're immediately met by a very nice warm fire that occupies most of the space around you in the center of the hall. Um, Lyra is being dragged in chains, though she no longer exists hanging from the tree. She is kind of dumped unceremoniously on the floor, and the two individuals surround her on either side, while Glenn kind of guides you towards the other side of the wall. Listen, I don't apologize for attacking you. I'm sure you don't apologize for killing Bane. He was a good man. But I can appreciate a good fighter when I see one, and I clearly see one in front of me. If you'll help us, we don't have much to reward you, but we'll free your friend.
Now,
We kind of need her.
yeah,
soon.
and again, like, I don't know that you're really in a position to be negotiating here, considering that we did just eliminate
Okay, stop agonizing them, dude.
the strongest of your fighters. Listen, they keep telling us, we'll let your friend go, we'll let your friend go. That's not really up to them. You're the one who needs her.
Just kidding.
I'll help.
And Baskin, the gentleman in front of Lyra, kind of draws a small knife and presses it to her throat, to which she doesn't really react. He goes, "You can kill every one of us, but she'll be dead before you get there. If you want your witch friend back, you'll help us kill the beast."
I just don't really see how this is our problem.
It literally is our problem. That's
I'll
why
help.
we're here.
Sounds like fun.
We're here to get her back. We're not here to kill any beast.
Yes, we're
Your
here.
friend here,
And
we're
kill
pretty
the
sure she's
beast.
the one that summoned it. We figure leaving her out high and dry, we'll bring it back here.
Miss Lyra, do you think we should assist these hill folk with killing their beast?
We're very nice people, and really, I understand their concerns.
They have a knife to your
There's
neck.
plenty of superstitions around here about a woman alone in the mountains. Something to be wary about. They've been very kind to me so far.
You were chained up in a tree and you currently have a knife pressed against your throat.
Yeah, but I understand where they're coming from.
We have very different definitions of the term nice.
They could have killed me when they found me. They chose to bring me here, tell me about their problems. They seem to be talking about quite a horrific beast. It only comes at night. I've seen signs of it in my travels, but I was hoping to learn more about it, and quite frankly, I didn't mind being left as bait if it meant I got to see it. You see, this is the friend you're talking about. She sounds like a real kook.
Yeah, I know a couple. I mean,
I think I'm with her. I
this is
kind of
pretty
want to
much-
see the thing.
and I
I
mean,
think it-
this is.
Let's have it.
It might not be your problem,
I don't even-
Willem, but it is my problem, seeing as I was sent to Lyra, and
Get her.
therefore
Beast.
See
extension
the
of
bird.
Elraei's help toward Lyra is
See
me.
the bird.
Listen, if
See
Lyra
the
wants to deal
bird.
with the beast, I understand it's your obligation. Then yes, we will help. I'm just saying, the concerns of these country folk who attacked us first, not necessarily our concerns. So I'm helping on behalf of Miss Lyra, not them.
Kind of being a dick.
Find you interesting, son.
They tried to attack us. They have a knife to her throat. I don't think I'm being a dick. I think they're the ones
You
being.
came to our settlement in the middle of the night.
That's
Weapons
the point.
drawn. You were trying to sneak in here. You didn't make yourselves known. We live a different kind of life out here, and you'll understand if we don't take kindly to people sneaking around.
Yeah, I could tell from the
I fell in their trap.
full of bikes.
I also like to kill the beast.
Plus, you got a lot of nerve coming in here. Looking at how you look. Telling us that we're the weird ones. No wonder you're here for your little weird friend.
turn to Branwenn, and I'm said,
Okay, now you're being a dick, sir.
I'm the dick.
Let's all
Well, I
just
still
accept the
don't
fact that we find
how you're
ourselves in
acting,
the
but,
rare occurrence of
Did you
being
call me?
enemies turn to allies while we deal with this
to
creature.
friends, to lovers.
I bet there's
Everyone roll a perception check.
house we all have to share. What are we rolling?
There's
Perception.
only
13.
also 13.
8.
Dunk?
10.
Those of you who rolled a 13, you hear the faint sound, Randy, that you heard earlier.
A blood curdling scream.
No blood-curdling scream.
The beating.
And the sound begins to grow louder and more distinct, and you notice every individual, except for Lyra, tense up. They kind of go, they start looking up at the ceiling. And you hear a faint
Bird time.
Yes, it's a bird.
And you hear a couple of and then a heavy footfall outside. It sounds like it's coming from the palisade where you walked in. Glenn kind of looks around at everyone. I think it's here.
Should we take care of it?
We'll help you in this fight. But just know, that thing is a twisted monster. Outside you hear.
I'm supposed to be hearing something. I'm not.
I'll get even closer to my microphone. Outside you hear.
No, I'm still
Again, nothing.
Oh, what the heck?
Sorry.
To be honest, anytime that you make a sound effect, I haven't been able to.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Hold on. I get the input sounds. It makes it seem like I'm saying things.
You're breathing.
Whoops. Outside, you hear.
Yeah, Chris, still nothing.
There's
Oh, sorry.
tiny
I saw
little.
your mouth move, but nothing.
Anyway, there's a thing.
You hear
that goes-
faint twittering sounds and the sound of a clicker from the TV show The Last of Us.
Oh,
All right.
That's a
Go
strange
get it.
bird.
Who's
Are any of you
going
walking outside?
Is that a good stopping point for tonight?
Yes, we can pause here for this evening. That is I forgot that we are streaming late at night. I apologize. Thank you all for tuning in to Nat20Hot. If you're still with us, we are fundraising in honor of Extra Life, which is a division of America's Children's Hospitals. $1 goes a long way towards our fundraising goal of $1,000 for the year, but also to making sure that children get the care that they so desperately need. We will be back at our normally scheduled time, not this Sunday, but next Sunday,
for the kid?
and hope to see you all real soon.
and if I
Tune
can
into
make
our
a
podcast.
Thanks for tuning in.
if I can make a brief local plug, today is
Local plug.
3/14. That is Pie Day, and so Hugh's Pies in New Orleans. I will be enjoying a lemon pie today. Hopefully,
never
y'all
mind.
will enjoy some other pies throughout the day.
That's Friday night.
I hope you all have a
Friday
pie
night,
on Pie
yes.
Day.
Remember,
Nat20
leave knives
Hot,
out for
sponsored
Brutus
by
tonight.